Hey guys, LuxFam here, and I think that in the Pokemon world and the Pokemon community, shiny Pokemon are something that basically everybody likes to discuss. Whether it be how good a shiny looks, how bad a shiny looks, or how someone would go about changing a shiny Pokemon. And on YouTube, there's definitely a lot of videos of PokeTubers going over their favorite shinies. But when you get down to it, you don't really see creators discussing their favorite shiny Pokemon together. And that's why we have decided to change that. And when discussing the topic of shiny Pokemon, who better to bring on than this man?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Gray. LuxFam, I appreciate you having me on your channel, man. It is so good to be here. Why don't you go ahead and let everybody know exactly what it is we're going to be doing today?
Haha, thanks Tiller. So happy you could join me. And guys, if you haven't already checked out this man, definitely check out his channel. He makes great content and live streams shiny hunts almost every day. His link will be in the description. But yeah, of course, I'll describe what we're doing in today's video. So, in today's video, Tiller and I will be making a top 10 shiny list versus. And by this I mean, we're going to take a look at Tiller's top 10 shinies and my top 10 shinies. And in the comments, you guys have got to let us know whose list you more agree with. Now, obviously, these are just our opinions. So if your favorite shiny didn't make it on either of our lists, you can't get upset and comment, "You're both so stupid, Shiny Chansey's the best." Because at the end of the day, everyone will have their own opinion. And obviously, this is just a friendly competition between Tiller and I. Neither of us are going to get in an argue or fight over who shinies are in what place or where they're at. And so, with all that being said, let's jump into this video and go over our top 10 shiny list versus. If you haven't already, leave a like, comment, subscribe on both of our channels. Now, let's get into this.
So when it comes to my top 10 shinies, one of the things I am looking for is a drastic color change, or a color change that makes the Pokemon look way cooler than its traditional appearance. And my number 10 on this countdown is gonna have to be Espeon. Now, of the evolutions, in my opinion, this is the best of the shinies. I know people will fight me on that. What about Umbreon? What about Sylveon? I think Espeon takes it though. As far as overall color change, Espeon's beautiful lime green shiny is phenomenal. Plus, it's actually one of the more powerful of the evolutions in my opinion. I really like it. The psychic typing is awesome, and honestly, this shiny absolutely kills it for me.
Now, personally, I base my favorite shiny Pokemon on how well the new colors can fit in. If a Pokemon can change a few or even all of its colors and look even better than the original, then it's definitely going to be one of my favorites. And so coming in at number 10, I have shiny Golisopod. Now, Golisopod itself is already a beast. When I first saw this Pokemon in Sun and Moon, I knew it had to be on my team. It was this sick bug monster thing that kind of reminded me of the alien from the movie District 9. Don't watch it, it wasn't that good. But when I saw this Pokemon shiny, I felt even more in love with it. It makes a subtle change where its shell becomes a pure white, its antennas become a vibrant red, and the arrows on its head become a dark blue. It's not a huge change, but the color scheme together blends and works so well, it just looks like even more of a beast. And I mean, come on, who doesn't like the combination of red, white, and blue?
Coming in at my number 9 spot on this countdown is gonna have to be shiny Tyrantrum. Now, this is an amazing Pokemon to start out with. It's powerful, it's a fossil type Pokemon, and it's just an overall cool Pokemon. Who doesn't love a T-Rex? But this shiny is so much cooler than the original. It turns its amazing blue and gray color scale, and it is phenomenal. It is almost a drastic 360 from the original, and I think it's absolutely perfect. I mean, this shiny I would take hands down any day over the original. It wouldn't even be a close competition. It's a powerful Pokemon with an amazing shiny, an all-around win in my book.
Closing in at the number 9 spot, we have shiny Lucario. Now I know I'm gonna get some hate for this pick, but hear me out. If you haven't seen my channel already, go ahead and look at it and tell me the first two colors you see. Yeah, that's right, yellow and blue. And what Pokemon captures these two colors better than shiny Lucario? Also, I love how it looks like Lucario reversed its colors. The yellow patch on its chest turned to a light blue, and its blue body turned to yellow. It's definitely eye-catching, and one that I have no problem at all putting at my number 9 spot.
Alright guys, so number 8 on my countdown actually goes to a shiny that I think only heightens the appearance of this Pokemon in two ways. Obviously the colors are quite amazing, but it also kind of features more to the typing of the Pokemon. I'm talking about none other than Trevenant. Now, this Pokemon is a ghost and grass type Pokemon, which is an amazing looking Pokemon to start out with, but its shiny is a white and red, and the white only adds to the ghostly abilities of this Pokemon. It actually makes it look a lot more haunting, and I think it's a perfect shiny for this Pokemon, because really, it just sells and drives home the fact that this is a ghost type Pokemon, and I am absolutely in love with this shiny.
Growing in at the number 8 spot, we actually have a tie, but both of these Pokemon are basically here for the same reasons. I'm talking about shiny Venusaur and shiny Meganium. Now both of these starter Pokemon really capture the essence of the grass typing. Venusaur is a nice green with a pink flower on top of it, otherwise known as the Fushi Jiban, the pink flower, yeah, whatever. And Meganium is basically the same green with a pink flower too. But when I see both of these shinies come out, a real sweet feeling comes through me. Both of these shinies just kind of remind me of the fall season, how the leaves turn yellow and brown, and everything is so crisp. There's a slight breeze in the air, and for some reason I can smell apple pie. Oh, I love the fall so much. It's my favorite season. LuxFam fun fact. So that definitely weighs into why these two are taking up my number 8 spot.
Coming in at number 7 on my top 10 shiny countdown is none other than the gold standard of shinies itself, Magikarp. Now you're probably wondering, Magikarp's not exactly a useful Pokemon. You're absolutely right, which is why I think it's phenomenal that its shiny is basically a gold color. It actually just sells the point, the fact that this is a useless Pokemon, but the shiny is gorgeous and you want it all the same. Plus, you can't really deny the fact that when it evolves to Gyarados, it's only 10 times cooler when it is an amazing, raging red color. I mean, they really nailed it with this entire line of shinies. Some evolutions you start to lose the colors in the shiny, but this is one that only gets better with time. From Magikarp to Gyarados, these shinies are perfect.
Sneaking in at the number 7 spot, we've got shiny Greninja. Now, when Greninja was made, we all know that Pokemon realized how loved he was going to be. I mean, they even decided to have him in the new Smash before X and Y were even released. That's putting a lot of pressure on this Ninja Frog. But they really kept their promise and made Greninja one of the coolest starters we've ever seen. This also doesn't let down when you see his shiny. Greninja's shiny turns from a dark blue to a pitch midnight black that really captures the feeling that Greninja is indeed a ninja. Also, his tongue turns a dark red, and to me it's saying, "This is my scarf I wear of the blood of my enemies." Well, that's kinda dark. Whatever. Greninja's a beast, and that's why his shiny is sitting at the number 7 spot.
Alright guys, it's time for number 6 in my top 10, and this one goes to Lapras. Now Lapras is an elegant, beautiful water ice type Pokemon, and I think it's an amazing Pokemon to start out with, but its shiny, being this amazing and beautiful purple color, actually only builds to its elegance. As it's cruising across the water, nothing looks better than that beautiful purple plesiosaur looking dinosaur, and I think it's a beautiful shiny, guys, and honestly, this is one of those shinies that only makes the Pokemon that much better.
Flying into the number 6 spot, it's Shiny Decidueye. I want everyone to go ahead and take a look at this shiny just for a few seconds. Did you do it? Probably not. If you haven't already, can't you tell that this bird is just so majestic but intimidating at the same time? I can't tell whether it's going to be my beacon bird and its teal light is going to lead me on a dark night. Ooh, that was a rhyme. Or it's a whisper in the wind that'll sneak up on me without me knowing it, and it'll grab me from behind. Oh god! But for real, the wing turning black is absolutely beautiful. And mixing the two colors in teal and red that don't normally mix well together and making them look perfect together, now that takes a lot of skill. Also, the shiny kind of reminds me of Hawkeye from the Avengers. Who's super underrated! But anyways, Shiny Decidueye takes the number 6 spot.
Alright guys, so number 5. Guys, it's hard to make Charizard any cooler than it already is. I mean, let's be honest, this is the Pokemon we've all wanted since the first games. This is one of the most powerful Pokemons you could possibly imagine, outside of legendaries and mythicals, of course. But this Pokemon's awesome because in many games you can actually fly and ride on a Charizard. But they did you one better, guys. They made its shiny a beautiful black color, which only makes Charizard look way more intimidating than it already does. And that's pretty hard to do considering it's a giant flying, and you can quote me on this, it is a dragon Pokemon. It is awesome, guys, an amazing shiny, and definitely one for this top 10.
Ascending past us to our number 5 spot, it's Shiny Rayquaza. Now I believe that 99% of the Pokemon community would probably agree with me that Shiny Rayquaza is absolutely sick. Rayquaza alone is a giant snake dragon, flying monster, behemoth thing that made every 8-year-old in the world want to get Pokemon Emerald. And that, in fact, was my first Pokemon game I ever played. And catching Rayquaza was a moment that I'll never forget. But when I heard about this black Rayquaza that my friend had in his game, I wanted it so bad. And that was my first ever knowledge of shiny Pokemon. Without knowing that, I might not even be making this list today. And I mean, what else can I say? It's a giant black snake dragon. That's pretty awesome.
If you're looking for my number 4 in this countdown, guys, look no further than Metagross. Guys, I don't really think I need to make much of an argument for this shiny. Metagross is a cool Pokemon on its own, but guys, there isn't many shinies cooler than Metagross's shiny, with a beautiful whitish silver coloring and that beautiful gold X on the front of it. I mean, guys, this thing screams awesomeness. It is one of the coolest shinies in all of Pokemon. It's hard to debate that because literally, it's a drastic change from the original, which is already huge points in my book, but it is an amazing color scheme that really does just make this Pokemon pop. Plus, as powerful as it is, there's a lot of pluses to this Pokemon.
bouldering in at the number 4 entry, we have shiny Giggler. Now, Giggler is a Pokemon that I don't really have a personal connection to. I never caught one or used one of my Pokemon Black and White playthroughs. But that doesn't take away that its shiny is absolutely insane. Shiny Giggler turns from a dull blue and red to a lively purple and teal. And those colors together work so well. Just ask the Charlotte Hornets. But for real, this giant rock formation looks like it has beautiful blue crystals growing off of its body. It definitely looks like it could be sold at an auction for a lot of Pokédollars. And obviously, since I've had no real connection to Giggler, you can tell that I put its shiny on a high pedestal.
Alright guys, so for number 3, in comes Sableye. Now this may be a bit of a shock to some people, but this actually goes back to my point that a shiny should feature details of the Pokemon and heighten those. And I think this is exactly why Sableye makes it so high on my list. Sableye already has jewels for eyes and a jewel on its chest, and is actually in some places called the Jewel Goblin. Now, this is actually only heightened by its shiny. It becomes a beautiful gold color, which only suits the jewels all over its body. And of course, that red jewel in the center of its chest becomes an emerald green, which is stunning alongside the gold. And with these stunning changes and only the heightened appearance of this Pokemon, the shiny really does make a top 3 for me on this list, guys.
Pummeling into the number 3 spot, we've got shiny Emboar. Now, if you know me personally, you'd know that I'm a die-hard fan of the Chicago Bears, whose colors are orange and blue. Also, you'd probably know that I've raised pigs my whole life, and I consider them my favorite animal. So, shiny Emboar brings multiple aspects of my favorite parts of my life and crushes them into one thing. Also, shiny Emboar's fire turns into a dark blue, which resembles an even hotter burning fire. I love the fact that this fire type can rock blue so well, which is obviously associated with water types. This was also the first ever shiny I had ever gotten. I mean, I got it through a trade, but still, it'll always hold a soft place in my heart, and it'll hold the number 3 entry.
Alright guys, and for number 2, I've gone a totally different route. I've actually picked 2 Pokemon, but I think you'll kind of understand when I get to my point. So the fact is, I have picked Latios and Latios. Kind of a perfect pairing when you think about it, and the shinies are no different. They have amazing color together as they soar across the sky, but as shinies, that beautiful blue Latios goes to a tealish green color, and Latios becomes an orange color, and the matching of the colors is so perfect that these shinies kind of have to be together, which is kind of why they get my number 2 spot.
Down to my runner-up, and the number 2 shiny is shiny Ninetails. Ninetails already is the Pokemon that I consider to be the most beautiful out of any of them. This gorgeous fox has a sleek design with its beautiful white fur and red tips, but shiny Ninetails takes the word beauty and brings it to a whole new level. The colors swap to a cooler vibe with gray and light purple. It makes the beloved fox more majestic and almost makes it a mystery. I ask myself, what are you up to, shiny Ninetails? What secrets do you hold? I didn't think there was ever going to be a way to make this Pokemon more beautiful, but shiny Ninetails proved me wrong. And that's why it is my runner-up and the number 2 shiny Pokemon for me.
Alright guys, and for the amazing number 1 shiny on my list, guys, I have gone none other than Greninja. Now, my reasoning is, and it goes back to my point, that the shiny should feature amazing details about the Pokemon. Greninja's shiny is a black shiny, which really sells the point that this is a ninja Pokemon, adding its stealth features to the Pokemon. It is actually a perfect shiny, because really, it is such a cool looking shiny. I mean, just look at it. It is a black ninja frog. The stealth nature of a ninja is right there. The shiny sells it. It is an amazing shiny, guys. Honestly, it would be an amazing part of anyone's team. Plus, Greninja's just cool as it is. So really, not a whole lot of selling needs to be done here. Amazing shiny, amazing Pokemon. You need it on your team. But that is my number 1 spot on my top 10 shiny countdown.
Now, if you haven't already guessed my favorite shiny Pokemon, I honestly believe you live under a rock. But I'll give you 10 seconds to find it. Did you find it? I mean, it's only my channel mascot and the Pokemon you've probably seen on the screen this whole time. That's right, my favorite shiny and my number 1 is Shiny Rattata. Just kidding, Shiny Umbreon! Umbreon has been my favorite Pokemon since I was 10 years old. The first time I saw this midnight dog, cat, I don't really know which one it is, but I fell in love. This Pokemon has been on every one of my teams at some point or another since Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. I would even use an action replay to hack in an Umbreon for myself if I couldn't find one. But when I first saw Shiny Umbreon, I lost my mind. I remember calling my friend Zach and literally making him look it up, and he thought it was insane too. The yellow rings turning dark blue makes Umbreon look even more majestic. This shiny just captures me in a Pokemon, if that makes any sense. And its shiny seems more happy to me for some reason. Just like it's brighter and in a better mood. And yeah, my channel mascot isn't Umbreon. It's Shiny Umbreon. Well, and Luxray, who's really cool with his shinies and one of my favorites. But yeah, that's why Shiny Umbreon is my favorite Pokemon, and will most likely always be my favorite shiny too. So no doubt in this one, Shiny Umbreon takes the cake. And yeah, that's me and Tiller's top 10 shiny list. Well guys, this took me a really long time to put together and edit, and Tiller, I appreciate you so much for coming on the channel, man. But if you guys would leave a like and subscribe to both of our channels, we'd both really appreciate it. And now, I got the intro, so Tiller, go ahead and get this outro.
Alright guys, it has been an absolute blast hanging out with you guys today. Luxurion, man, I can't thank you enough for having me on your channel. This has been an absolute blast doing the verses. And guys, if you agree or disagree with our top 10s, or if you want to let us know whose top 10 you agree with more, let us know in the comment section below. And until next time guys, all I can say is much love to each and every one of you. Catch you later.
LuxFam out.